Hello, Jason here from FG4K, and we're going to work on some more chord stuff in lesson number 14 here. Starting with the idea of progressions and exploring a little bit more about that. Now, every key in a song, you hear people talk about keys, key of A, key of G, whatever. They have a sort of preset amount of chords. Now, this isn't firm and this isn't set in stone. You can always manipulate this to make music more interesting. But when we start with these basic set of chords as a foundation. And as it turns out, we have 7 chords. And when you see them written down, a lot of times you'll see them written down numerically. And those numbers will be utilizing Roman numerals rather than what we're normally used to seeing. This allows us to do uppercase and lowercase numbers. And the uppercase and lowercase numbers are very useful because they can indicate a major for uppercase and a lowercase for minor. Sounds like a lot, but it's pretty straightforward, and we're just going to start with some really basic progressions, and very common one. That's what I mean by basic, really. And the first progression is probably the most common one, and it's a 1-4-5-4 chord progression. And you don't have to think very hard to find out where these are at. I won't even start a list of songs that utilize this because you'll hear it and you'll recognize it right away. But here is a 1-4-5-4 chord progression in the key of A. And I'll just pick one of the strumming patterns that we've done. Now we'll do the same exact idea, only in the key of G. Once again, it's going to be a 1-4-5-4. Now, with all these progressions, and we're going to do a few more, it's not really important for you to memorize this terminology at this stage of the game. So I'm not telling you about 1-4-5-4 and what's going to come next, 1-6-4-5 and uppercase and lowercase Roman numerals. It's a lot of information. I just want you to get used to hearing that terminology that we're using and be aware of it, that it's going to be there because later on you will definitely utilize it if you keep playing this or any other instrument. It's universal for pretty much any instrument you play. Okay, so the next progression we're going to play is a 1-6-4-5, and the 6 chord is going to be a minor. Okay, so we're going to start this in the key of G. Now I'm picking this sort of generic strumming pattern, but you can use anything that we've done. You can try the boom chuck. Or just all downstrokes. Whatever you want to do. The idea is that you should have fun doing this, okay? So now I'll do the same progression, the 1-6-4-5 in the key of C. So, at this point, we need to learn a few more bar chords to set us up for the other progressions that we're going to play. You know how to read the bar chords now. I'm just going to play them so you know what they sound like. Okay, so we have a B minor. And then when we move this up 2 frets, it's a movable chord. I get to the next one, which is a C sharp minor. Okay, I can keep moving this up and get different chords. For now, we're just worried about the B minor and the C sharp minor. And then we're going to go to the B, which looks like this. Okay. And once again, it's a movable chord, so I can move it around. And it's good to practice moving it around. But there's my beat. And then finally, we have an F sharp minor. Okay, a couple more chord progressions. We're going to do a 1-4-5-5 in the key of E. So it's a little twist on the 1-4-5-4. We're just going to stay on the 5 chord. So it sounds like this. I'm just using a strumming pattern that I just came up with, so use whatever you want to. The next two chord progressions are going to be 1, 6, 4, 5s again, like we did before. Different keys this time, and we're going to utilize some of these bar chords. So starting with the key of E. And then finally, the 1, 6, 4, 5 again, this time in the key of A. So learn these progressions, try to get the sound in your head more than anything else. And like I said at the beginning, it's really important to have the chords down before you try to put them in a progression. So if they're moving slowly, it's okay. Just take your time. You know, we move by these things really fast, but that's not how it happens when you're trying to practice it at home. So just take your time, learn the chords, and just get 1 or 2 of them at a time and find the ones that you're most comfortable with. And once you get those down, then you'll start to learn what they sound like, and it's easier to transfer them to another key. These chord progressions are going to become very useful for you, especially for the next lesson. So have fun until then.